Good morning, everybody. After the copyright strike yesterday, I understood that I'm not going to give highlights anymore, like out and out gameplays. But I'm going to talk about the games. I'm going to analyze the games about any games like Champions League or EPL or whatever. I'm going to analyze this, and I will come out with small clips of games and stuff like that here and there. But today, we are talking about the Champions League Day 2. Big day for Chelsea, big day for Man City with players like HAALAND facing their older team, facing the former team in Dortmund, the MNM trio, and everything else coming right after this intro. Hit it! Welcome to Humble Discussions, and today we're discussing day 2 of Champions League. Game week 2, right? The first big game that we are going to go into is Chelsea and Salzburg. I mean, a big game for Graham Potter, big game for Chelsea, big game for the new era of Todd Bailey and everything else. I keep mispronouncing his name as Ted, but it's Todd, right? Chelsea, they looked a bit different. They were playing more openly, they were attacking, they were fluid, but I cannot see that why they wouldn't have done the same under Tuchel or Tuchel. I read an interview where Todd Bailey said that he was he had a vision with Chelsea. The owners and the management had a vision with Chelsea, and he feels Graham Potter fits the vision. Graham Potter's idea and Todd Bailey's and the management's ideas are shared. Like, they share the same idea, and he feels Tuchel's idea was not shared. They had different vision at some point of time. They feel that the vision part was a bit different, so they did not want to take any risk and ended up parting ways with Tuchel. I agree that if you don't share the same vision, you might as well not continue it, right? In any relationship. Again, that being said, with Potter, it was the first game, right? We saw glimpses of how fluid Chelsea can be. We saw glimpses of how attacking football can be under Graham Potter, because he was seen applauding from the touchline, right? He was in the dugout and he was like applauding players. He was trying to motivate them. Not a lot of managers do that. They are always kind of aggressive, passing out information. He was more like a fan from the dugout. That is what I saw. If that is a good thing, I don't know. If you have to be aggressive and stomp your authority, as a manager, I feel so, yes. But the football seemed a bit different. Things seemed a bit okayish for Chelsea after whatever was happening to them in their season. They still did not win a game in the Champions League. They're still to win and get 3 points. But 1 point is better than none, and I think that is what the owners will also agree. And I think if the owners are deciding to give Graham Potter a chance, I think this starts now, and the patience, and we have to see if what patience can Chelsea's owner show this time round, because we are all very doubtful. So Salzburg, they were pretty decent. They did what they have to do. Go to an away game and get a point is a huge thing. Now they play Chelsea at their home. They'll have bigger advantages with it's their home. Plus Chelsea are not in a great form. But whenever the next game is, I think Chelsea should have to recover their form, their peak of the game, and blah blah blah. But it was a nice game to watch. It was not a boring one. It was fluid, attacking football from both sides, and we kind of enjoyed watching the game, right? The next game, Real Madrid, Leipzig. Real Madrid, if you ask me, Leipzig were in the game, not in the game. The first half was, kind of 50-50. The second half, not so much. I mean, But they still scored in the first half, right? Valverde, I think he has some magic in his boots. Whatever he touches turns to gold. He is one of the better young talents out there. With right on top there with Gavi, Pedri, Haaland, Bellingham, and everyone else. He's just there. He's very much there. Vinicius Junior. He's there. He's proven, and in the recent times, and he's doing it for his team. I don't see a reason why we can't keep him at the top of the tree. In fact, Rashford as well, like, he's been inconsistent for the past couple of years, but he's doing good for his team right now, right? And we kind of miss him because taken a knock, and that is what we've come to know, and he's not traveling with the team to Europa, to Moldova. So yes, that was a great result for Real Madrid again, and we expect them to get those results at home against Leipzig. 2-0 champions, right? Defending champions, why not? Asensio coming back and stomping his authority again. Oh my God, Asensio, man, come on. He got his chance and he took it completely, from the free kick at the end. It was really nice of Asensio to get on the score sheet, because the manager wanted him to. In fact, they did not score in the first half. That is what I just recalled. They scored both the goals in the second half towards the end. So it was a very 50-50 game in the first half, where Leipzig was taking the chances. And that is what you expect of Real Madrid, right? They will give you chances because they play attacking football, and their DNA is like that. They want to score more goals than they want to concede. Like, they don't care about not keeping a clean sheet, but they'll outscore you. But again, this Champions League, they have scored 3 goals against Celtic away, and they've scored 2 goals against Leipzig, but they haven't conceded. So again, contradicting my own thing, but that is how Real Madrid play. They give you a lot of chances here and there. So it was a fair enough Real Madrid game that we saw, and they deserve to win at the end of the, because they kept their composure for the long. And that is what happens with big teams. You just hold on to you get a lead, and or you don't get a lead. And then when you get a lead, you hold on to it, and you find out new ways to score. From the corner. Asensio, what kind of goal was that? That was impressive, right? And Valverde, he's just touching everything, and it's turning to magic. In fact, I saw La Liga games where he did enormous crazy shit. Yeah, why not? The next one, again, Milan getting a great scoreline. They needed that win. They needed that win really badly. Against. I think they shared a point last game. I don't remember. I think they did share a point. But now they've got 3 points, and that is, I think, it's the best. Yeah, they did share a point. So they got 1 win and a point. So 4 points for the Italian champions out of 2 games. Not bad. So 3 goals against Dynamo Zagreb at home. That is how you do it. Like Chelsea could not get that win against Zagreb. Of course, they were playing away, but that was the end of Tuchel then. And now we don't need to talk about it a lot, because we made a separate video on what happened and what not. Oh, the 2 big games, the best for the last. Maccabi Haifa and PSG. Maccabi Haifa did not disappoint, right? They were on the game, on the money from the first half. They were doing everything possible to score. They did score, and they were never out of the game. If you saw the game, like, they were always at the goal, and they were always taking, creating chances and taking it. They even scored a goal which was, I think, pulled back. They scored the first one, and then, of course, better players at some point of time do matter. At the end of the day, if PSG did not have a Mbappe or a Messi or a Neymar, the scoreline would have been different yesterday. The scoreline would have been pretty wayward, right? Because if Maccabi took a couple of their chances, more, then they would have had 2 or 3 goals, right? And without MSN, you do not have those 3 goals. I know it's kind of a hypothetical thing to say when you don't have players, right? I mean, you have them, but why do you even consider not having them? It's not like that. It's like the contributions coming from these 3 players. Messi is assisting out and out in the League One, Uber Eats, whatever, and Mbappe is finishing them out and out. Even in the Champions League, they're doing the same. Neymar and Mbappe's duo, and Messi's and Mbappe's duo. I mean, the permutation combination of these 3 players are insane. If you cut one of these links out, I mean, the impact of the entire team comes down a bit, and that is what it is. I mean, you cannot disagree to it. Of course, their defense is not very weak. They have Kimpembe. I mean, Kimpembe was not there last night, but they have Kimpembe, Sergio Ramos, and Achraf, and player like that. So again, the impact from the main three, the MNM trio, I think is the game changer for them, and that is what they'll rely on to take them to the later stages of the Champions League and possibly win it this time. I don't know if they can, but again, for them to have a vintage, or for me again to call them have like vintage PSG, if I have to use this term, they need to win this league. Otherwise, I don't see a point where all this effort and all this impact will come into play. Right. Next big game, Man City and Dortmund. Wow. Very, very spicy game for Haaland and for Gundogan and everything. The relations between this club, because they buy players from, Akanji and stuff like that. So there's a lot of history from Man City invading Dortmund for better players. Of course, they pay fair amount of money, but you're losing players. So again, Dortmund has been a team who has been selling players throughout, so they don't really mind, right? They make better players, they create them, and then they sell them for higher values. So that is what Dortmund is all about. We saw Bellingham do what he does best. He went ahead and scored his goal. It was a great goal. Haaland was marking him, but he couldn't, because of course not a defender. Then they were losing the game, right? 1-0 at the Etihad against Dortmund, and other Premier League teams might derive some hope from it, because they were losing till the 80th minute, and then who scores? John fucking Stones. He scores. How, dude? Like, these are things what champion teams do, right? I remember Vincent Kompany doing this for Man City back in the day. Scoring a goal out of nowhere, scoring a screamer. When the team is needing one goal or something. You will have these days, even though if you're champions of the Champions League or the Premier League, you will have these goal drought days where your strikers can't score. You're not getting enough chances. You're getting half chances. And these kind of moment of inspiration only happens when you have that, winning mentality in you. You have that confidence in you. And right now, Man City are very high in confidence, even though the game was a bleak one till the 80th minute. Johnson comes out of nowhere and hits that cracking shot. And oh my God, what a goal. What a goal. There was a bit of a keeper's mistake. He apologized right after the goal went in, but still, to take the chance and for the ball to end up in the back of the net, you need some kind of sheer quality, and that John Stones had. If you have to select a player from that entire 11 of who's not going to score, John Stones will be number one, right? And he scores. So that is what champion teams do, right? And Haaland, he's just crazy good. His legs goes, I think, to Mount Everest when he tries to score the next goal. He puts the ball down more like a Zlatan-esque. His legs he's pretty tall, right? Plus his legs are pretty tall as well. So he gets that advantage, and he brings the ball down from where you should head the ball, right? And find out new ways to score. Of course, he has done that in the past as well, raising your leg to this level and scoring. But again, Haaland has been in great form this season, and I had predicted it earlier as well. And Haaland is doing what Haaland again is signed for. He's kind of better than Nunez in every way possible. I cannot see a point where Nunez is 100 million. I cannot see that. Maybe he'll take time, but I still have to laugh at Nunez for doing whatever he's doing at Liverpool. He's kind of a joke right now. Anyway, that is it for this video. All the highlights, all the recaps. Of course, Benfica got a shocker against Juventus, getting 2 goals and winning the game. Let's not discuss that in length. So we've covered all the important games. Not saying Juventus is not important, but again, we've discussed all the important games. This for this video. We will come back with a pre-match for Manchester United versus Sheriff. Sheriff versus Manchester United, because the team is already in Moldova and we cannot wait to see Ronaldo start again. This is me signing out for this video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.